Come join us as we dive Gun Beach from the shore. There's gonna be a lot of turtles and a lot of fun. When you dive Gun Beach from the shore, you'll need to come to this beach, and then looking out at the water, you can see that there is a cut in the reef with 4 cables in it. You will follow this channel out into the ocean. Also, be aware that this area is frequented by jet skis and boats, and you want to be careful anytime you come up above water, be outside the reef. You'll walk about 100 yards from the parking area to the water, and then you'll begin to walk out. This area of the pipes that is cut off is very much a stumble fest, so be careful. Sometimes it's easier to just swim in the shallow water. At low tide, it is often 18 to 24 inches deep. At high tide, it can be up to 4 feet deep. Depending on the current and the waves, this kick out can be very challenging. Be conscious of using your snorkel and watching your breath. You may need to go ahead and ride waves forward and backwards in order to get to this deeper section where the surge is less and you can catch your breath before dropping down into the deep. The 4 cables split off and go into the depths over 130 feet. They do continue almost directly out from the shore, so there are a good navigational beacon on your way back. Remember which way you turn, left or right, and then turn the opposite way upon your return to follow the cables back to the cut. In addition to lots of small creatures, we also saw over 50 turtles during this dive. They were all over and just parked everywhere. So be on the lookout, look down, up, and all around. One of the things that attracts all the turtle is all the other life that is here. As you can see, just schools and schools of fish in the general area wandering around. Every once in a while, make sure to look left and right, as you may get a new dive partner who wants to just join. Gun Beach is an underwater plain of hard corals with lots of fish and life. As you look down, make sure to look out because there are turtles hiding everywhere. I think this next part deserves non-captions. Look, over here. No. Look over there. I see 3. No. I see 2. Over there. 2. Yeah, over there. You see them? No. But what about that one? What about those 3? No, what about that? What about those 2? What about that one? Look, there's ones over there on the right. Look. No. Over there. There's more. Oh, no. There's more over there. Oh, no. Those 2, and then those, and then those. This was the most confusing minute and a half of our trip, as we saw probably between 10 and 15 turtles, depending on which of us got it right. And we didn't even see the one that's on the bottom right until we started looking at the video. It was insane. These are the cables at about 50 feet of depth. You can do this as one dive to either side, or you can do a split dive where you come out and do a lollipop. It's a choose your own adventure, but make sure that you try to go out into the current and come back with it, as it can be tiring depending on the tides and on how much flow is occurring at the time. If you miss the cables or you accidentally go too shallow, you will end up on these corals as you transit looking for the correct sand channel with the cables in it. Many of the channels look similar with rocks and cuts, but they do not lead all the way to the shore. What you're looking for is this next one that is wide with rocks and the 4 cables in it. Be conscious of outgoing and incoming tides. As you come in, if the tide is dropping, the channel becomes a high flow column where you will need to use your hands on the pipes in order to get back in because of the water volume. While it took me about 2 minutes to fin out earlier, it was closer to 3 coming back. Once you get back to the land, you'll be able to walk out of the cut, but be aware that the longer you snorkel, the less stumbling you'll have to do before you reach the beach. Once you reach the beach, it's just a quick walk back to your car. Gun Beach is an absolute blast and a fun time. I recommend that you consider doing it from a boat, but it is very, very possible from the shore. We had a great time. I hope you did too, and enjoyed the video. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.